Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Toluwanimi and I'm filming from Lagos State, Nigeria. So if you're new here, you're welcome. I mean, where have you been? I've been waiting for you. I'm going to give you 5 seconds now to hit the subscribe button that you're seeing on the screen under this video. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm sure you've done that. And if you're an old subscriber, welcome back again. Thank you for tuning into this channel. Thank you for supporting this channel. I love you. I can't say that enough, guys, but thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. Okay guys, so I'm sure you can already tell by the title what we're talking about in this video today. I mean, this particular video today. But then before we go into the video, let me make this official, guys. Okay, so I got married recently. I think almost a month, almost about English is like, yeah, about a month now. It's not yet the moment, it's like it's close to a month, and it was so amazing. It was beautiful. It was, I mean, it was like, oh my god, like I watched people's videos and I'm like, okay, one day, someday, girl, as in you're gonna be the bride. I mean, okay guys, so it was beautiful, it was amazing, it was everything, but notwithstanding, it was a COVID-19 wedding. I mean, we all knew how COVID-19 turned year 2020 around for us. I mean, it's not been easy, lots of deaths there, and I mean, it's just been very stressful, and I don't know, I mean, but then it happened. I mean, the wedding happened, the day came, it was beautiful, it was glamorous, I looked amazing. Okay guys, enough about myself. But then married, and I just felt like all this while, I mean, before my wedding, I had to like do lots of research on how to plan a wedding, because I did use an event planner and all, so I wanted to just have my wedding planned by myself. I mean, like things like that, and it was a lot of, oh god, it wasn't easy. If you're an intending bride, or literally groom too, I mean, men do watch YouTube channels, yeah. So this video is for you, and I want you to stay tuned. If you have to grab a paper and a biro to take down some tips, or you could just stick it up there. I mean, it works. So stay tuned. Let's enjoy this video together. First of all, I want to say this, I want to make you guys know this, that planning a Nigerian wedding, I feel like planning any wedding, basically, it's not easy. So most people think planning a wedding is very easy. I mean, they feel like, oh yeah, so you just find vendors, I mean, get your vendors and fill them in on the details you want, and voila, your plan wedding. Sis, no. I mean, no. In the reality, it takes a lot of hard work to plan a wedding, a lot of stress, a lot of time. I mean, it's not that easy like it looks like. Oh, this day came out perfectly, came out nice. I mean, no, planning a wedding is not easy. And then I also want every upcoming bride or groom, like I'll keep saying, watching this video, to know that a typical Nigerian wedding, whether average, extravagant, or below average, it's still gonna cost you some money. I mean, not just money, I mean, it's gonna cost you, well, a whole lot of money. So without wasting much of our time, let's go into the tips. And put in mind that all these tips I'm giving are things I had to put into place in planning my own wedding, and it came out beautiful. I mean, I thank God things turned out amazing. Okay, so let's go into the tips. So my very first tip and most important tip is understand and know your financial position. In other words, don't do more than yourself. Carry what your head can carry, don't carry overload, so your neck will not come and shift to one side and break. I feel like that is self-explanatory enough. Understand your financial position. You and your spouse come together, sit down on a round table and have the discussion. What is our financial situation? How buoyant are we? How elaborate are we? I mean, how much of money do we have? Do you understand? What is your financial worth at this time of the moment where you are planning to get married? Or sorry, you have a wedding ceremony, because marriage is on a different level. I mean, how much do you have? How much are you worth? Then it is one thing for you to know how much you have and how much you want to spend. And I'm giving this advice because knowing how much you have helps you to know how much you're going to spend. And it is very unreasonable to spend 90% of how much you have, or even 80% on your wedding, because wedding is here, marriage is, it keeps going. I mean, wedding is just one day that flies very fast. I mean, it's like 1 minute is like 15 seconds. I mean, it goes tick tock, as in very. Understand the fact that the amount you have should not be spent on your wedding. I mean, know how much you have and how much you are willing to spend on your wedding. Sit down and look at it through. I have a millionaire for an example. It is unjust or unreasonable of you to spend 800k on your wedding, even 700,000. I mean, you need money after marriage. I mean, you really do need money after marriage, guys. So understand and know your financial position. Do not do, what's that Kizania song? Do not do past yourself. So guys, don't do more than yourself. Do what your pockets can carry. And I feel like you don't have to spend so much to have a beautiful wedding ceremony. No, I don't feel like you have to spend so much to make your wedding so colorful and like, oh god, it's the talk of the town and the likes, guys. So my next point, excuse me, why do I keep saying point? My next tip is going to be, have a budget. And after understanding how much you have, how much your finances at the moment, you need to create a budget. A budget helps you to plan your wedding in an enclosed amount. Now you have to create a fixed amount for your budget. Say, okay, oh, Lebu and La Babe, let's look at spending 2 million naira for our wedding. So this helps you, like, you know, like everything you have to do. And to understand that until somebody says, okay, fine, let's, even if they say, until they've done it, have that particular thing within your budget. Do you understand what I'm saying? For example, now my father and my father-in-law came together and said, okay, don't worry guys, we'll take the hall for you and also pay for the decoration, which was like a very huge relief, rather. Like, I was so thankful for that, you understand? But even before that, myself and my husband already had that inclusive in our budget. So what I'm saying about it is how, as in how your entire wedding is going to come out to be, from the drinks you would serve, from the food. Have it in the budget. Okay, fine, no, let's budget 200k for drinks, 300k for food, you understand? Have it within your budget. So until people say, okay, fine, don't worry, as in we'll handle this for you, and until they do it, you understand, then it's like, oh, thank you. Because if you don't plan for that and nobody turns up to do that for you, do you get, it's like you're going to be left dangling. And one important thing is, once you fix your wedding date and all, sit down with your parents on both ends and talk with them. Okay, fine, my auntie keeps telling me she kept telling something like, Toluwanimi, have your own money, you and your husband, to do things, and understand the fact that marriage is a gift. Wedding ceremony is a gift from your parents to you. You understand? Because she said in those days then is the couple, because they don't want to do wedding, you will plan wedding and everything. But because of how things have turned out to be now, like the employment rate and how Nigeria is hard and things like that, so have your entire wedding in the budget, from the food, from the drinks, how everything has to be, and fix it, include it in that budget, so that in case you are saying, people will do this and they don't do this, you will not be left inside Sambisa forest. God forbid, no portion in Jesus' name. But guys, have a budget and work within that budget, and if possible, aim not to even reach the budget. Like, say you've budgeted, okay, as in we'll spend 5 M on our wedding, as much as possible, cut down. Do you understand? You don't have to even spend that 5 M. You can spend like 4 M and save 1 M. Do you understand? Are you getting me? So my next tip is going to be, and has to be, record keeping. Call me record keeper. That was my sole duty throughout my wedding my wedding planning phase. So guys, record keeping is very important in your wedding, because you don't want to leave anything untouched, and you want to know how your plans went on. So if you have to source 5 vendors for a particular thing you want, record keep them. For me, I did an Excel sheet which helped me. I did it in 2 phases. One was for vendors, photography. I had, I think, like 3-4 vendors I was contacting at that period, not me but my husband. So I was putting them and their prices they said they wanted to collect. Cake, I had like 5 vendors too. It was in my Excel format. Each vendor, the number of vendors I saw and the amounts, you understand, things like that. The expenses, and was when I had the record keeping of where, okay, fine, I've picked this particular vendor to use for a particular thing, maybe for my picture, for my makeup, everything. And I had everything in one Excel format, like, okay, oh, this cake, so person, amount. So I had everything down, tabulated, and I wrote it like, okay, fine, like estimated price, that's my price, of which I'm like, okay, Ibad as Ibad though. this thing, I shouldn't spend more than so amount on it. Estimated price, actual price, that's the amount. I now ended up like bargaining to get it for, you understand. I wrote, because I didn't pay all my vendors in full until after, like I paid them 70-30, some 80-20, you understand, like that, just to fill in the loopholes. Maybe like fuck up, I can always that's it there. So like, okay, for like part payment, I wrote it there, that's sorry, deposit, things like that. If I the vendor's name, the account number, so I have everything. I want to say, okay, after your account number, please send it again, things like that. So have everything recorded. Like if it works for you to use a book, I used the book initially, but I just felt like I'll have to write and tear again today and tear tomorrow. I'm like, auntie alpha, you understand? I'm like, okay, carry laptop. I just created an Excel sheet and it worked perfect. In fact, I think at the end of the day, I was able to know how much I spent on my wedding so far and how much I saved, because at some point I even overestimated, you understand. So like in the long run, I ended up saving some money, and I spent on some particular vendors more, but I still did not spend more than my budget for the wedding. This very important tip, please hold it to your chest like this, and it is, do not rely on the money that people will give you. That's money that you get from friends and relatives. Don't rely on it. So I don't come and fuck you. Do not rely on that money at all, because if you go and rely on it, you're going Jones. I'm not saying they won't give you money. We're Nigerians. I mean, most times families and friends, you're getting married, send the account number, do this. I got a lot of that though. You understand? Like they'll give you money, but don't rely on that money. I know why. For me now, monetary gifts didn't start coming in until 2 weeks to my wedding. So imagine I had to depend on money the families and friends will send to me, like, you're getting married, send your account number, Wala Mama Jones. I mean, hang on, Jones. I mean, I'm gonna have left many things untouched. So basically, guys, do not rely on money that friends will give you or families will give you for your wedding preparation. No, all these tips work together. Know how much you have. Fix a budget for you, as in for your entire wedding. I mean, everything you feel you want in your wedding, fix it under your budget. Even if people say, okay, fine, later on, don't worry, as in we'll cover for you. Don't wait for people to say, okay, we'll give money or anything like that. Do what you can do, and if they don't later up sending you money, I mean, it's like an addition to you, like, thank you, as in you're welcome, you understand. So do not rely on the money that people give to you, or maybe on the money that you will pack on the dance floor. Doesn't work like that. I mean, don't. What if something happens, like my wedding now, something happened, I was sharing a story of how my wedding went and everything, and we could not even be sprayed for dance. In fact, we didn't even dance, we didn't even do reception. Do you understand? The next tip is prioritize your needs and your wants. I mean, they're like needs and wants. I feel like they have, if we did economics, you know that then they'll tell us like needs are things that we actually need to survive, as in they are very necessary for our survival, while wants are things that they are, as in you desire them, but if you don't have them, you would definitely still survive. So to me, I feel like need is primary while a want is secondary. Do you understand? Like, understand that these two things, I mean, they're like on different sides. Prioritize your needs and your wants. And now, in terms of planning a wedding, I'll say it in the sense that a need is something that is very, very necessary to your wedding. I mean, like, it is very necessary and important. Like, you need it in your wedding. Like, of course, you're actually okay. You have to, I mean, have one of the best. I mean, it has to be nice, you understand? Well, your wants are secondary in the sense that there are things that you actually desire for your wedding, but I mean, like, if you don't have them, or if you don't use them, or do them, you understand, your wedding will still hold, and I mean, it's still your wedding, yeah. And to different people, like, needs could tempt different things, you understand? For us now, we felt like our photography and our videography had to be like top notch, because it was very important in our mind. We had to find someone really good and use them, even if it was a bit expensive, at least as in it was worth the money on the long run, you understand? Because we felt like it was something that was very key. At least show your children's children, their children, keep passing, like, see your great grandma and your great grandfather, things like that, you understand? So guys, that's like, you need to prioritize your wants and your needs. Things that are very important to you, sort them first, and they will make your wedding beautiful. But you see all those ones, all those extra paparazzi, you do not need them. You have to ride in the biggest car to church. Why do you have to ride in the biggest car? I mean, you just ride for maybe like, especially as a bride, for like few minutes, and next thing you're in your husband's car. What happens to renting the car of like almost 500,000 naira for one day? I mean, but will you are necessary care? I mean, it is not necessary. You know, like all this extra paparazzi, all this extra. I'm not just a too much person. Basically, I like simple and unique. I mean, I don't like too much. Even in my dressing, I'm not this extra like that. So I just feel like you don't need to do all this uncalled for. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm sure you understand what I mean. Like, just look for the important things and make them your need. Yes, you have to wear a very beautiful ashoke, or if you want to wear a fabric, it has to be top notch. Yes, it is your wedding. On the long run, it is yours. Your wedding gown has to be so amazing, yes, but you don't have to break a bank to buy a wedding gown. You don't have to spend millions to buy a wedding gown, because after that day, you're not gonna wear it again. My own is in my house, and it's just 3 days. I'm like, when next will I wear this gown? I mean, like, I do not even know. Do you understand? So you have to know how to prioritize these things. I mean, your needs and your wants. Understand that some things are not just called for. You will spend money, and after that day, hey, see, money in marriage is very important, so they say. Yes, it is, or it's not so they say. It is very, I mean, you need money for lots of, if God blesses you and in 9 months time you have a child, to have one child is expense in this Nigeria right now. I mean, you have to buy pampers, you have to buy their food, you have to keep buying them clothes per month, things like that. You have to buy the things that they need, a lot of things. So you understand, like, money is, I mean, save all those extra paparazzi, save the money and put it in your marriage. You understand? Do something beautiful as a couple, achieve bigger things. You understand? Baker, if you have a house before, fine, do better businesses, invest, achieve things together. I mean, beautiful things, beautiful things. Let them say that, okay, fine, at least your wedding was fine, but not like you didn't have the money to spend, but you wanted to just use to do something better in your marriage. You understand, guys? So I mean, it's very important for us to process our needs and our wants. Needs are primary, wants are second. I mean, you can still do without them in your wedding, and yet you'll still get married. Yes, won't you? So why not? I mean, why would you waste so much money on things that are not so irrelevant to you, just because you want it for the gram, you want for the pictures, oh, talk of the town, you want it to be top notch? But you could necessary care, abiko are necessary. I mean, it is not necessary. You do not need them. So please make your needs and wants. Sit down together and draw a table you and your husband to be, or you and your bride to be. Efa geek and then quote, clothes are top notch, yes. Batawa top notch, yes. Things that you find that are very useful to you, that mean they are very necessary to your wedding, go for it. Spend on it, but spend reasonably on it. Another very important tip is, do not, by any reason, do not plan your wedding in a rush. Dear sister, most especially, and dear brother, because like I said, me and watch this channel. Dear sister, do not plan that your beautiful wedding in a, if not, a lot of things are gonna flop. A lot of things are gonna be, I don't know, not taken into proper consideration before deciding. I mean, do not, take your time. I mean, take your time. At least if you have like 3-4 months, you can still plan your wedding, but don't plan your wedding like a month. Or take your time. Source your vendors, grade them. Who would you consider? You and your partner sit down. I mean, watch the videos. I say watch the videos, sorry. I mean, compare. What do you want to do? Who can we afford? Who should we go for? It gives you time to decide on many things, and even look at things that you can even achieve. Save. You understand? Like, plan your wedding with time helps you save a lot of even cost, unnecessary cost in quotes. So guys, another beautiful tip is, go to vendors through referrals. I mean, it's very good though. I mean, it's going to pay you on the long run when you go to your vendors through. I mean, I went to most of my vendors through referrals. I mean, people that, oh, my friend got married, I had to go through, okay, who did her makeup, do I like it, who did have who made her dress, oh, I like it, or like, babe, Alpha, this your vendor, hook us up. I mean, that way it helps you have a reasonable negotiation. I mean, you don't have to, like, imagine going to a vendor one-on-one, and I'm going through your friend that used the particular vendor. Is like, Alpha, so small chops, Joe, or I'm what am I speaking about? Or like, oh, so personal. My friend is planning to get married, and I told her about you, blah 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 blah. Oh, okay. I'll give her a reasonable amount. I mean, yourself, you are even sure of their job, or like going to someone that doesn't, that like say small chops now, that you don't even know how she does it. You understand? But okay, like, I've seen your work, I've seen your decor. I really loved, like, my decor now. I went through a referral. My makeup artist was through a referral. most of my things, my actual basic things were through referrals, you understand? So going to referral helps you at least to be assured of, oh, this is what they do, I've seen what they do well, you understand, like you know what they do. So it saves you a lot of trouble or hassles on the long run, and also it helps you with negotiation. So you see this tip bar, it is, don't compare your wedding with another person's wedding. Wedding of Mr. and Mrs. A is not the same, and will not be the same, I will never be the same as wedding of Mr. and Mrs. Z, because the way everybody is living their life is different. One, the way everybody is making their own money is different, everybody's source of income is different, our background is different, family type is different, everything is just different. Do you understand? So don't compare your wedding. Someone don't be like, oh, as in our wedding was so amazing, hey, as in my home must be super lit, as in it has to be, hey, it has to be madder than this, it has to be, don't go and force something that is too big on your head, because your neck will just bend and not be able to start again. Do not compare your wedding to my wedding. Don't I didn't compare my wedding to anybody's wedding, because I felt like I would not do more than what I can do. You see this race that I'm running here, the cocoa is married, it's not the wedding. The cocoa of it all is the marriage, the blissfulness, the progress, the prosperity, I mean the riches, the beautiful children that come with all these things, the blessings that come with the marriage. It's not just, oh, as in I want to scatter Instagram because of my wedding, as in my hashtag must trend. If it trends, it's a beautiful thing, I mean I'm not against that, but don't let that be the notion to your wedding ceremony. Look ahead, I mean look beyond that. Yes, that's the word. So don't compare your wedding, because another thing again is the way people, as in the way people source their community. I know a friend of mine that got married and things happened, like I in-laws did this for her, her parents did this, as in people that I don't know, you are sure okay would see was as in our supply, as in and on the long run she didn't spend so much from her, in fact from her personal money, but if you saw her wedding, as in, it was so beautiful, you'd be like, hey, imagine, I must be like this girl, blah 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 blah. You know how everything came together for her. Do you understand? So don't do more than yourself. Don't compare. Don't compare. If your hashtag does not trend, your marriage will be peaceful, abi, and if it trends too, your marriage will be peaceful, abi. So pick it. So guys, my last but not the least tip, try as much as possible to do what? Avoid basic debts. Try as much. You don't want any vendor calling you 1 month after, hello Mr. and Mrs. Slagbaja, hey, you've not settled our balance, I'll call you out on Instagram, oh, I will call you out on so. You don't want that to be your portion, and it won't be in Jesus' name. So please try as much as possible to avoid debt. And if you look at all these tips, they work hand in hand. I mean, from knowing how much you can afford to knowing how to set a budget and not doing more than yourself, and giving yourself a time to plan, helps you source for vendors as in within your financial range. I mean, it's not every vendor that is expensive that is for you. I mean, if they're not for you, you can clearly find lesser vendors. I'll give you I mean what's what you want. Do you get? So try as much as possible to avoid debt. I mean, that was one thing I helped me. I didn't owe anybody anymore. I subscribe to not paying your vendors in full, but if you want to, fine. If you trust them that much to pay them in full, fine. But if you do not want to, just in case they have a little glitch and fuck up, I want to like treat their fuck up then. But what I did was 80-20. So I paid most of my vendors 80%, and in fact all of them 80%, and paid 20 after the wedding. I mean the next day or on the wedding day, like that. And even if you have not paid them in full, have their full money fixed in one account, so that you know after the wedding, as in don't depend on the fact that, oh, on wedding day, as in they will spray money to pay vendors. Or I see anything can happen like that. So try to avoid debt. Okay guys, I haven't said much. I feel like I've touched the things that actually helped me plan my own wedding, and I hope you find all these tips useful. Senior brides of Nigeria that are watching this video, please feel free to drop comments of some things that you felt helped you in your own wedding, and let the upcoming brides association of Nigeria pick 1 or 2 from them and also add and incorporate it into their wedding planning. And until next time, see you in my next video. Thank you so much guys for staying until the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you subscribed, give me a thumbs up, comment, share my video to somebody that needs to watch this video. And click on that notification bell, guys. So until my next video, guys, stay safe, stay happy, stay good. Bye.